welcome back to another Judge Sim, I Am the Law episode where we have another 6 cases. This will be case 19 through 24. We're going to go ahead and jump in there. I hope you enjoyed my rap in the last one. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a bookmark up top. It was a ridiculous case. There's been a bunch of ridiculous cases. So let's see what we got here. What are you looking for, bud? All right, so let's see what we got here. Case 19. All right, Ingler, Tarquin, and okay, let's see what we got. Let's see. All right. Cheating on a quiz show. Okay, the plaintiff is the quiz committee. All right, Mr. Ingler, a retired soldier, participated in the quiz show. During the competition, Delia Ingler and her friend Travella and Tarquin were with the audience, and they were watching the competition live. Okay. The contestant used all his jokers in the first 7 questions of the 15-question contest and completed the competition with a prize of $1 million by answering the remaining questions correctly. Suspicions of cheating during the competition have increased. Okay. After reading the questions and answer options allowed by Charlie Ingler, he changed the wrong options he chose with a sudden decision, according to the coughing sounds coming from, Now this, I could have sworn this was on a real, like, whose line is it anyway? Like somebody was, like, coughing, like his wife or something like that. He also confirmed the decision with a coughing voice on the questions he was undecided on. Based on the reports of the competition's engineers and computational biologists, a lawsuit was filed against Charles Ingler. Okay. Coughing sound was recorded 192 times during the okay. Do we even have to read more? I didn't hear any coughing sound at all. I was sitting in the middle of the studio where the competition was taking place, and I was sure there was no sound coming there. I didn't cheat. I won the contest completely by virtue of it. Now, there is times where, like, you may not know some easy ones, but then you know, like, the tougher ones. Let's see. My husband won the contest, and he deserved it. The reason why I coughed during the competition was due to the infection in my throat. But supposedly, that's why there's video. It just happened to be right when he was reading out specific answers. The only reason I was there was to support my friend. I didn't have any activities other than watching the competition. I don't even know why I'm testifying. You are trying to pull a fast one on the judge, aren't you? There are 2 pieces of digital evidence. Okay, let's check them out. First eye recording. Yes, a good history question came up. You're running out of time, Mr. Charlie. I think it's option B. I say I've given up on my opinion, option D. I say I've given up on my opinion, option D. Well, that's not enough evidence, though. Like, I think it's option B, the cough. You think they would cough if it was right, not wrong. Let's hear the second one. What's your answer, Mr. Charlie? I think it's option C, but I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. 2 people coughing. The first one's the wife. It sounds like she's coughing, according to them. She's coughing when it's wrong. That's not enough evidence. But then the other one, when the other person coughs, and he confirms final decision. Okay, okay, so that's why the other person's here. All right, let's see what we'll have to see what they have to say, I think, to help. Do you think it's normal for your wife and friend to cough so much in every cough just before you respond? Well, before the final answer, but after you mention an answer. I was so focused on the questions that it was impossible for me to hear a cough. So why did you feel the need to change your answer at the last second every time you answer the questions you were sure you had the answer to? Yeah, he was sure to have the answer. She coughed and then changed it. As I said, the questions were easy, but I was careless. Every time the correct answer came to me at the last second, and that's how late I was and changed my answer. When you notice that your husband is stuck on the wrong answers, you allegedly warn him by coughing. What's your defense? I have a chronic cough problem. As a result, I cough excessively. This has nothing to do with me having a chronic cough problem. Did she just say she had an infection at that time? Yeah, if you have a chronic coughing disease, why don't you cough once during your time here? I've noticed that too. It could be because I'm stressed. I think stress is good for my cough disease. Yeah, stress is good for your health. All right, Tarkman, I guess you have a chronic cough problem too, or am I wrong? Like any human being, I can cough. I'm aware I coughed a lot during the competition. It's because the seat I sit on is very dusty. I can literally feel the dust in my throat. Are you stressed right now? Yes, I'm a little stressed. Maybe stress is good for me. I guess you don't have to say anything. All right. It was decided to refund the money the Charlie won in the competition. It was decided Charlie did not need to return the $1,000,000. I'm going to say guilty. It seems like there's video, well, for us it's audio evidence. But, you know, something like that on TV, and all of a sudden there's some random coughs. One, like you need to switch. And the friend is the correct answer. And he went through all his, like, what they called them, jokers in the first one. Okay, well, let's move on. Case 20. Spent too much time on that one. And there's nobody here. All right, what's this one about? Case subject. Stu sues Casper Emmerich for arrearing rent from Casper Emmerich, who he claims is his tenant. Okay. Defendant's not even here. Stu's ever complained about his tenant living on the ground floor of his 2-story house. Stu stated that his tenant delayed the rent day by a week. Stu, who wanted to get rid of his tenant, called the police and asked for their help. The police came to the house owned by Stu, and when they knocked on the door, no one answered. The police search of identity did not reveal a person named Casper Emmerich. So he doesn't even exist. Who cited the lease agreement as proof, did not believe the results of the ID screening conducted by police. After Stu wanted to take the matter to the court and sue the person named Casper Emmerich, who he claimed was his tenant. He came to me 1 month ago to rent my house. He had a crystal white face. It was almost like shining. He asked me to rent the downstairs to him. He signed the lease and I gave him the key to my house. During the month that he used the house, he made almost no sound. Lights of the house, it was constantly burning. From time to time, I would see him and greet him. We even had coffee at his house once. Oh, that was your house. What are you talking about? The police tried to pass me off by arguing that there is no such person, but I do not accept this. Let's take a look at this. Can we not see the coffee cups that the police found on a table when they broke down the door and entered the house? There are coffee residues in the cups. Okay. Is there any... Well, this person that does not exist didn't show up. Please say he doesn't exist. Alright, let's see. Why isn't your tenant Casper here? What do you mean he's not here? He's sitting right in front of you. Okay. How so? Is your tenant here now? Yes, right in front of you, as I said. Are you kidding me? Alright. In your testimony, you said you had coffee with Casper. When exactly did this happen? It's 2 weeks before rental day. I thought we got along very well. At first, I thought he had forgotten to pay the rent, but after a week had passed, I realized he had been using my good intentions. I'll take what I'm entitled to. No one can use my goodwill. Right. Let's ask Mr. Casper a few questions. Mr. Casper, may I know where you're delinquent on your rent? What nonsense are you talking about? You're going to pay my rent. What did he say? He's been in a different universe for a long time. He was going to pay his rent as soon as possible. I don't understand how you can make fun of it, such a serious environment. Alright, what universe were you in, Mr. Casper? Siberia? What is that place? I couldn't quite hear it. What did he say? Straps universe called Siberia. The cybernetic systems in the universe did not allow him to pass because he could not identify itself. But it did not seem very convincing to me. Got it. Thank you for helping. Well, this one, we already know this one. This one's obvious. Should we just say, hey, he's found guilty, he pays rent as soon as possible? Okay, let's go get mental help. Yeah, we're just gonna pick the mental help one. But it's funny to be like, yeah, you're guilty, pay your rent. Let him live in his delusion. Okay, what's this one about? Malicious wounding. Multiple plans. Okay. Oh, it's a serial here. Over the years, there have been many unsolved murders in the Banana Republic. There is a serial killer who claims to have committed 37 of these. Introduce them as the Zodiac. The Zodiac sent letters to the newspaper with coded messages, detailed information about the murders they committed. I feel a little bump on you, Lily. What is it? I need to see, make sure it's not a little ticky. I don't know if it was or not. Alright. The Zodiac sent letter, okay. Some of these cryptic messages have been deciphered and confirmed that the Zodiac, okay. In the ciphered messages, it was understood that the purpose in killing people was to collect slaves for himself when he goes to heaven. In one of these encrypted messages, he said that he hid his name and threatened to continue to commit murder if the newspapers did not publish these messages. Some of the Zodiac's attempted murders failed, and some of the victims stated that they saw the killer's face clearly. These victims were asked to draw faces in separate shapes and were found to overlap each other. Okay, which parts overlap, though? In the following period, many Zodiac reports were made to police, and the usual suspects who resembled the facial drawing were detained. Mr. Toasty, a retired soldier, is among these suspects. On the day of the murder, he was reported to the police by his family, who saw him enter the house with a bloody knife. During a search of his house, some animal carcasses were found in the refrigerator. Okay. The DNA test letters did not match Carly's. However, the police, who focused on the possibility of other people dictating the letters, continued to investigate. This one's a tricky one here. Okay, I love to kill, but not people, but animals. I am engaged in hunting. In my free time, I hunt wild animals in nature. Maybe an old-fashioned guy, I know that, but that's my hobby. It reminds me of military days. This is also for the reason for the animal corpses you found in my house. Okay, it makes sense. I don't have time for puzzles or anything like that. You just can't blame the murders on me just because you likened it to a drawing. And then my rights. Well, you're right. Okay, the icon left. Inscription left. I love this because it's so much fun. It's more fun than hunting wild animals in the woods because man is the most dangerous animal. This thing gives me a very exciting experience. The best part is that when I go, I'll be reborn in heaven and the people I take will be my slaves. I'm going to give you my name, but you have to put some effort into it. This is my opportunity for you to prove to me that you're smart enough to hunt me. Okay. I'm trying to see how it was deciphered. The letter in which you claim to have provided the killer's name in cryptic form. Ooh, I was going to say backwards, upside down, want to, you know. Okay. There's the symbol for the name. Hunter. Walkney. I was putting it upside down. And that's the drawing we all. Oh, hold on, that's the drawing. Is that the drawing that they use for the Zodiac, or in real life, or is that the drawing they use for? Who stole the money from the plane and disappeared? Well, I think he's got like dark glasses. Drawing of the killer made with people who survived the attacks. I want to see the overlapping stuff. Okay, if I can remember this, the result of evidence being found in letters. Green and yellow have to match, and red and blue have to match. Green, yellow, blue, green. Yeah, see, it doesn't match. Down here, see, it looks like it matches, but if I remember correctly, like right here is a yellow, which means it doesn't match. It's got to match the whole way down. And it looks like it does. Green, yellow, red, blue, yellow, green, blue, red. Yeah. But so it doesn't match. We don't have the evidence. Is there any other evidence? Look at his face. I don't even know if that... He's got square glasses. Shaped top, cheekbones, strange squiggly lines. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can decipher. Nah, see, those are longer wrinkles in the forehead than what he's got. He's got this really long one, little. And this has got, the longest one's in the middle, but it's supposed to be little. Yeah, see, that middle one doesn't match because the middle one's the little one. So that's not, obviously, that's not what's taken over. Let's see the cheeks. And you got the dimples. Okay. I don't think it's him. Let's talk to him. One day of the murder, your family say, come on with a bloody knife in your hand. Okay, he was hunting animals. We already know that. Yeah, became paranoid. On that day, I hunted a beautiful pig and skinned it. I brought the knife home and washed it. We can talk about dead animals. Maybe not the whole animal, but hey, it's good, like, free meat. Or not free meat, I mean, you had to go hunt it. Now, when you're saying a delivery made a report on you, it's a little... I'm sorry, but there's just not enough evidence. That, you can't just go off a sketch. It's not him. I hate to let him go if he is, but the DNA didn't match. The sketch doesn't even really match. Gotta let him go. Now the big problem is say that was the Zodiac. Say that was, and then nothing happened. then, hold on, didn't we already do this, or was that the end of the last one and I didn't? Okay, say that was the Zodiac and was accused of being a serial killer in all those murders. If he doesn't commit another one, at least in our country, there'd be double jeopardy. We can't accuse him. He can't be convicted of any of those murders second time. That's an issue. All right, harassment. In recent months, there have been numerous reports of harassment from residents of the Belmont area. In those reports, some of the young girls between ages 18 and 25 living in the area said that when they went out at night, an adolescent boy dressed as a superhero who nicknamed himself Slider Man followed them, sliding in their DMs, I guess. Okay. According to the statement, Slider Man approached them at night and claimed that he was a superhero and had some super abilities such as throwing a net. Insistent on proving his abilities, Slider Man told the young girls that if they came to a secluded area, he would show her his net throwing ability. And if they did not come, he would follow them. Okay, so stalking. Not necessarily harassed yet. Let's see what else happens. He harassed young girls by leaving his own on them after taking them to a secluded area. Also, they actually went to a secluded area. And he left something on they shouldn't have. As a result of the intense police patrol in the area, a young man wearing a scrap superhero costume was detained. Well, can we prove it's him? Oh, so he already has a record of it. I mean, it really hurts you if you already got a record, like, because the recidivism rate is so high. Like, people just don't stop, you know? Or they feel like no other way out, or, you know, maybe jail wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like it would be so awful to be like, I learned my lesson. I want to live in the free world. You know, it's just... Alright, the eyewitness is an old beggar. Ooh. I saw a young man in a red costume with a girl enter a narrow, dark street. Well, it's dark, so that's a problem. It was quiet for a few minutes. Then the girl came up to me screaming and running. She told me she was being harassed and asked me to call the police right away and asked if I had any wet wipes or a veil. I didn't understand why, and she didn't tell me anything. I think she wiped away his tears. That's all I remember. Wiped away his tears? What are you talking about? So that could just be a typo that we saw in the other ones, with the spelling, English to whatever language this game was created in. Alright, in the evening, a teenager boy in a costume came to me. He said he was Slider Man. He told me about his superpowers and that he could throw a web far away. Of course, I didn't believe it at first, but he said he could prove it. We made a bet on this. He told me not here and showed me a quiet place. When he got there, he told me that he needed to focus for this to happen and that I should close my eyes and wait quietly. Oh, good grief. I know how stupid that was, but the bet he got in return was huge. When I opened my face, all I saw was holding his disgusting and looking at me. Of course, he ran away immediately. If I see that disgusting brat again... Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm innocent. Everyone asks me why I'm out in costume. I was invited to a cosplay party at my friend's house. This is also my favorite costume. What could be more natural than that? What do you backward boomers make of cosplay? We make art here. I haven't harassed anyone and I don't need to. I have a girlfriend at school. Please don't darken the life of an innocent teenager. Alright, we need some evidence. And he's got a good point. I mean, it's... Okay, Slider Man. What does Slider Man look like? His face was masked, so I couldn't see him. Okay. But I could tell from his voice that he was a teenage boy, and I think he was holding glasses in his hand. What does Slider Man look like? He was black with curly and fluffy hair. He was an adolescent boy. He was tall and skinny. He wore glasses. Victim 3. I couldn't make it out exactly in the dark, but I still remember that he was black and wearing glasses. When he took off his glasses, he couldn't even see in front of him. Alright. Victim 4. Imagine a skinny, tall, asinine black kid. I can't remember your hair, but I can't forget his glasses. That boy had devil eyes. Eye test report. Okay. Advanced myopia. Okay, so he had really red eyes. Do you wear glasses? That's what I want to know. I see your eyes are severely impaired. Why don't you wear glasses? Doesn't that bother you? Look, please. I was just cosplaying. You can't punish a person for wearing a costume. Please answer the question, Mr. Miles. My eyes see just fine. I can't even see. My eyes see just fine. I can't even see that ugly face of yours. So you can't see. You need glasses. So you can easily see this number that I made with my hand, right? Okay, so obviously did this. Yes, 10? No, 7. Okay, so he needs glasses, and he probably was able to see what the witnesses said. Okay, it should be pretty harsh. He's a young lad, doesn't know any better. Took it way too far. Definitely frustrated. He's guilty. Well, hold on. Okay, he's a citizen. I think they're all citizens in these animal law ones. Okay, so what punishment do we give to a juvenile? He's 17. It was harassing adults, but not that that matters. He's guilty. The issue is, if he didn't actually see, this jumped from just stalking to harassment because of the web throwing. Yeah, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I'm just laughing just because it's in the game, the idea of it. Okay, so obviously when I'm editing, I'm going to have to blur out some stuff. So we're definitely going to punish him. Can I give him jail and public service after the fact? The problem is it went from stalking to SA because of, like, I wouldn't even say harassment. It went to SA because of the bodily fluid. He's got to go to jail for that. But like, I'm trying to figure out how many years do we put on somebody. Not just like, say if it was like, slapped her bottom or something like that. That's one thing. But the fact that bodily fluids were involved, I think really raises the stakes of punishment. I mean, they're both bad, but when it's not like in a relationship or, just some random person. But how many years? I almost want to send them, there's not an option on here to send them to mental facility. Of course, that may even be a worse punishment than jail, really. People may not think so, and that's why when they're going, some people would try to claim they're insane when they're not in real cases. Maybe that's just to get that, maybe that's just so they don't get the death penalty. but if they're in a state that has the death penalty, but I would think the mental institution, you can't even have a conversation with your cellmates or anything. No social aspect whatsoever. Like, I figure like that would be actually worse than jail. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of documentaries. All right. He's 17, he's 16 or 17. We're going to make him go till he's 20. And then he can come out. And he's not allowed to drink yet or anything else. Get his stuff together. And he doesn't come out and like he's able to go to bars or anything like that after the fact. He still has to wait another year. Because I don't think they'll let us add jail time and public service. So let's go ahead. 3 years seems like a lot. All right, let's go 2 years. He'll get out when he's 19, almost 20. And 2 years is a long time, but in the grand scheme of life, it's not that long. But that should, for a juvenile, that definitely should learn his lesson. Maybe it's a little harsh. I don't know. When you have bodily fluids involved, I don't even care if it was a bet and the legal adult, I mean, she could have been 18. I mean, you're not really an adult till you're in your mid-20s. But could be considered a legal adult and then go do this bet and then close your eyes. I mean, they're idiots about it. They're going in some place alone with some stranger. But we're not going to do, but that, we can't victim blame on that. I mean, it's just, and we wouldn't victim blame on that. But it's 2 years, 3 years, somewhere around there. He won't do it again, I don't think. All right, Carolyn Lauren and Matthew Pesci. Let's see what we got here. Fraud. Okay. It has been noticed that a person working at the bank has prepared fake documents by accessing customer information without permission. Okay, is this a W Fargo issue here? I think that was back in like 2010 or 12. Using a prepared document, she informed the customers that there were some problems with the accounts, that they could safely transfer their money to a new account number they would provide. Okay. So they're telling to a customer, hey, there's a problem with your account. We could just transfer this other account for you. It's been determined that the email account used is a fake email account that imitates the bank official. Okay, so it's not even the actual bank. It's a fake one. After examination of the email sent, 2 employees became suspects and their statements were sought. Okay, so it's not the actual bank itself. It's the employees scamming customers with a fake bank account. I've been working as a cybersecurity specialist in this bank for 12 years. I've always been honest and hardworking. I have no idea how the end of these accusations came to be based on me. Okay, so you are cybersecurity for 12 years, so you think you know how to get around it. I'm passing judgment. She could be innocent, but... Alright, I made my analysis and informed my authorities about the issues I find open in the system. I do all my work during working hours using the computer allocated to me by the bank, and all of them are registered. I'm innocent. Alright, Caroline. That was Mr. Pesci here. Alright, so he does cybersecurity. Caroline. I've been working at Reserve for 4 years as an individual customer supporter. I call and inform my customers about campaigns and opportunities. Okay, so she's selling products to customers that could benefit them. Do this completely in accordance with the assignment from my superiors, and it is all documented. How can I be accused of fraud? Alright. Oh, there's a third person? Who's this? Oh, I work as a retail customer supporter at Reserve. I didn't know Matthew very well. He was always distant to me. About 1 month ago, okay, let's put this on. Let's see what we're talking about. About 1 month ago, I felt that he was constantly trying to communicate with me, and I liked his interest. A couple times we went to the bar for a drink after work. In these meetings, what he was interested in was not me, but the work I did at work and what kind of policy I approached customers. So he's cybersecurity, but he's wanting to know about the support, customer support. Okay. I was very frustrated that he was talking to me about work, even outside of work. And I told him I didn't want to continue the call. Caroline and I have nothing but business friendships. Lately, she has been complaining about the slowness of her own computer and coming to me to do the work she needs to do from my computer. Okay. Now that's a little suspicious. Mr. Pesci wants to know, like, the process and the policies, and then the other one wants to use her computer. Okay, here's another person. We forward the system records of our bank to our police friends. People who work on the system can only make transactions with fingerprints at the entrance and exit. I hope this will be useful to you in resolving the process. The person who tarnished the name of our bank and stole our customers' money will be found as soon as possible. Okay. Let's take a look at the evidence. All right, this is an example of an email sent to one of the bank's customers. And this was from, okay, Reserve Bank. Security deposits held in the bank. I'm contacting you regarding your $105,000 deposit in our bank. Due to a Trojan recently uploaded to our mobile application, a breach has occurred in our systems. Please transfer your funds to our secure account listed below to ensure safety of your information and deposit. After this transfer, the interest applied to your deposit will remain unaffected, and any lost interest will be credited to your account within 3 to 5 business days. Okay. Okay, this is the cybersecurity guy. He goes in, he logs into the system, checking for vulnerabilities of the bank's mobile and website. Information sent to the administrator about the vulnerabilities found. No data found. Log out of system. Okay, so he didn't find any vulnerabilities. Does this say the time that this was sent? It doesn't. It's an example, but it doesn't say the time. Log in, communicating campaigns with customers from the manager, documenting feedback from customers are important to the manager, logging out of the system. 11/24. So this was after no problems found. Download of the list of clients with deposits over. Okay, so she downloaded it at 11:41. Okay, Caroline already logged out, but Caroline uses her computer because her system was slow, right? All right. Transfer the download document to another unit. Document transfer completed. Who received it? 918735, which was Pesci. Logging out of system 624541. 624541. Okay, then Leaky is the same person. Okay. So Lauren was using Ashley's computer. Let's see, 1126. We're going to figure this out, everybody. We're going to get this right. Okay. Logged out, 1124. 624541. And then all of a sudden Ashley Leakey logged in, but it's the same user. Downloaded the list, transferred it, sent it to the cybersecurity guy. Alright, when those documents provided by the bank, we see a range with missing data in your system. What do you have to say about this? These meaningless errors are constantly happening in the system. Our task is to make the system better by fixing these vulnerabilities. I know it doesn't seem like that, but it's pure coincidence. You asked your colleague, how do you interact with customers? Is this also coincidence? Your Honor, since I work mostly in the field of security, I was curious about how customers are communicated. It's all because I'm curious about that other employees at work are doing. You said your own computer often slows down and gives you problems. Why didn't you reach out to the relevant outfits for maintenance when you're using your friend's computer? The last few weeks I've been busy in terms of work, and it was necessary to have a computer, albeit slowly, in this process. That's why I used to ask my friend when I had urgent work. So, were the documents you downloaded by using your friend's computer also related to your busy work schedule? I've not downloaded any documents, Your Honor. Maybe I forgot to log out of my system and actually download using my account. I thought you had to get on your computer. Okay, we already know where this is at. I don't think there's any digital evidence. Nope. Alright, we already know. Here we go. Actually, hold on. We gotta go back out. What is the charges? And how much money was it? They're both guilty. They're both guilty together for fraud. How much money did they take? Doesn't say. How much money was it they tried to steal? They did a bunch of clients over 100,000. It doesn't say how much money they took. How many clients had over 100,000? Okay, they're both citizens. I need to know how much money they took so I know how much to punish them. They're going to jail for fraud, but how much is it? Because this is just an example. It says it's just an example. 105. So I was going to at least put 105,000 on both of them, so that way it doubles. The bank recoups its money, takes it out of their account, but then, it makes the customer whole. But then court costs, the whole problem, the reputation to the bank could be really bad. Alright. Guilty. You are going to go to jail for fraud. It's probably actually like 5 to 10 years. I don't know. But I'm going to put a hefty money penalty on them. So it's going to be different. Okay, so the one example is 105, but it downloaded all the clients with that. So how much was it? We're going to double it for both of them. Just because they didn't give us, okay, maybe we can't double it for both of them. They didn't give us how much money they took. They just gave them this example. If they gave us specifics, then we could. But one of them will make it whole. The other one will double to compensate, to make the customer whole for that example email. Could be more, but we don't know. They didn't give that test. So that's on the bank. They didn't give us how much money, was stolen from the customers. So 2 years, 105,000. And then the other guy's also going to get the same thing. It basically gives what they presented to us as the judge. It gave us a dollar amount to recompensate the bank for its pain and suffering or damage to the reputation, after making the parent, good. All right, last case. Please like the video, subscribe. See what we got here in the last one. Repeal of a new enactment that the city of Broad Hill has introduced. Okay, so they want to remove some bill that was introduced. Broad Hill Counselor, Animal Rights Association is the plaintiff. Okay. Recently, there have been numerous reports of stray animal incidents in the Broad Hill area. Okay. In these reports, it has been stated that stray dogs have particularly attacked people, destroying wildlife, caused various traffic accidents, and attacked other pets. Okay, so it's a problem. It was said that some people in the vicinity were feeding these stray dogs. In order to prevent it, now they need to all go to a shelter if it's just dogs. They just say stray animals, but then all of a sudden it's dogs. So which is it? These stray dogs, and in order to prevent this situation, the animals were asked to be collected by the municipality and euthanized. Well, they don't have to be euthanized, but maybe found a home. In response to the situation, the municipality of Broad Hill implemented a new enactment and started to collect the animals. However, the Animal Rights Association reacted to the situation and took various actions and sued the municipality to annul the decision. Okay, so it really depends on what they're doing. Animal rights lawyer. Okay. We are the reason why these animals have become what they are. We have destroyed their natural environment. Okay, are they wild dogs? Or are they dogs that were strays and abandoned? Like, I like the wild dogs you see on the Nature Channel. Like, you know. We have made them dependent on us, and now we choose to kill them easily because we no longer need them. The municipality does not want to sterilize them because an expensive method is cheaper to kill them instead. No, but we can't sterilize them either, like regardless of the money amount, because if the wild dogs, now it's dogs, it was animals, but now it's dogs, if they're killing other pets and creating all these problems that we just saw right here, destroyed other wildlife in the ecosystem, traffic accidents and damage to cars and everything else covered under your comprehensive coverage, in case you don't know. So it's more than just the cost to sterilize them. Like they can't be out in the wild anymore, it seems like. Okay. This is completely contrary to humanity. It is also a crime. Do not be complicit in this crime. Well, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's it? That's all you got for me? All right, municipality. Look, it's no longer sustainable. We can't deal with this by neutering animals. They reproduce very quickly, and it's very difficult to prevent this. Our streets are not safe. There are hundreds of reports of attacks every day. At night, our children cannot go out safely. These animals have now become gangs and have become real dangers. The main thing here is the safety of human life. If they care a lot about animals, which is great, well, you know, they can take them and take care of them in their homes. But we will stop this now. I gotta agree with that. You know, if they really want to make a difference, go out there. Instead of coming here, go out there, catch them, keep them, feed them, take care of them. This is important for their quality of life. There are no animals on the street. This is important for their quality of life. They live in very bad conditions on the street and die under a car. That's also true. What are the options here for this last one? I don't even know if I need to hear them talk. Alright, it was decided a new enactment put in place by the city of Broad Hill should be repealed. It has been decided to continue the implementation of regulation. Okay. Well, you probably already know which way I'm leaning, but let's see what they have to say. Mr. Belasco, why do you prefer to euthanize animals instead of placing them in shelters or neutering them? See, that's what we'll say. Put them in shelters. Your Honor, we do not get enough budget from the government for this. For the current number of animals, it is necessary to build a lot of shelters. As we build them, their populations will increase even more. I guess as we're building them. Sterilization is unfortunately costly for us, and believe me, it would not be a permanent solution. It's just a temporary solution to save the day. But can't we go about what the current law is and euthanize them, catch them and euthanize them when we run out of space? But until then, just sterilize them, put them in shelters while other shelters are being built. But I guess you don't have the money. I mean, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. I mean, like, you want to do what's right, but you need a lot more people to, donate and fund and help these situations. Finally, I'd say this. If we don't euthanize these dogs today, we have to do much more than that in the future. It's true, but all right, Miss Candy, I want to be with you on this, but it doesn't sound like the city can handle the situation. Yeah, what's your solution? Don't tell me what the problem is. Tell me your solution. Your Honor, they find money for whatever they want, but when it comes to animals, they say they don't have money. Okay, I could get behind that. Killing can't be the solution. This is primitiveness. We are a developed country. We can solve this problem without killing animals on the street. Their lives are not less valuable than ours. And we must not forget this. We cannot solve this problem as long as there are people who buy animals to satisfy the momentary whims of their spoiled children and then throw them out irresponsibly. It's a thing, unfortunately. Those who bring animals from abroad for breed dogs and trade in this business. The people who cannot take care of their pets and lose them. I mean, Anne here, she's not wrong. Like, this is a tough one for the last case today. And we must not forget, we cannot solve this problem as long as there are people who buy animals. Why are they saying that twice? Oh, in other words, instead of killing animals as priority, we should educate people. Okay, they just said the same thing twice. And here's the issue. She's not wrong. I mean, she's not wrong. But we catch these animals. Let's just make it simple. They just say animals. But then dogs came up. So, okay, let's say they're stray dogs. They need cared for, a shelter. Maybe they could be adopted, find a good home. There's a lot of foster families that foster dogs until a home is found, a loving home, while they're looking for a loving home. And foster people get, a lot of these days they're getting checked out, and, people are looking to adopt dogs. They got to be vetted and everything to make sure they can actually properly care for the dog and animal, which is great. But that's not the case countrywide. Now, I know this is Banana Republic, fake country, but I'm talking about USA. There's tons of organizations that could take these dogs and protect them, give them vet care. There's people that will personally pay for it. Like, it doesn't have to be a donation to like a shelter. Donations will come in and help save some of these animals that shouldn't be in this situation to begin with. There's just awful people out there. So this is a tough one because obviously at the beginning of this case, reading it, I'm agreeing with the city. Kids should not be in fear when they go out at night. This has become such a problem that there's stray packs of dogs going out, killing the wildlife in the area and pets. And then it's just a matter of time before a kid gets attacked. And then people love dogs, but then you're talking about everyone's going to be in an uproar. Now, the city's saying they can't afford it. But they're paying to catch the dogs to begin with. But then to keep them, feed them, health care. It's a big thing. You need some donations. But the city's saying they really can't afford it. Now, Miss Ann here is saying, when they need something bad enough, they can find the money for it, which I also agree with. Let's see what options we got before we call this episode. This is a tough one. I could see both sides of this big time. Okay. It was decided that the new enactment, okay, we already did read this. We're saying it should be repealed so they don't kill the dogs. But they still have to catch them. See, I need more specifics. They still have to catch. They can't let them run around on the streets. There's no way that the municipality, just was like, okay, wild animals becoming a problem, we need to kill them all. We didn't even look at the evidence yet. I just realized that. A citizen injured after a stray dog attack. Reports a dog attack. 4,700. Okay, this might make my case for me. It doesn't say how long. 47. It's becoming a problem. Sometimes you have to take extreme measures. Or it's not the animal's fault either. See, that's what's so sad. It's not the animal's fault. And if they had time, they could actually probably rehabilitate some of these stray dogs not to be wild animals, killing the natural wildlife, messing up that ecosystem of what's left or whatever. I guess we're in the city, because they say city or Broadhill, but attacking pets, and then you just have to start worrying about kids. Now that looked like adults there in that image, but we're going to continue the implementation. We have no choice. But thank you, everybody. That was a tough one. I hope you enjoyed these 6 cases. The next time we put one out, it will be the last 6 cases of this I Am the Law version. I like being able to make our own choices and stuff, but I wish the little thing would pop up on the newspaper and say, but maybe it only shows up if you pick the right answer, or maybe it only shows up if you pick the wrong answer. But what's the wrong answer right there? I mean, right there, you could go either way. But 4,700 attacks. I didn't need to see the picture of one of the victims, but there's 4,700 of them. Kids can't go out and play in their neighborhoods. So it's definitely become a problem. No, I don't think we should kill them. But anyway, I already talked about that. All right. Anyway. The end screen will have a couple options for you. I really appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Check out Sundays for Sundays episodes, and then Telltale Tuesdays on Tuesdays. And I hope you're enjoying those too. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Click the next one or check out some of my other content on the channel. You can do it. I believe in you. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.